So, this is going to be dual vlogging, sort of, because it's both a vlog and a response to my sister's vlog. So, let's see how many times I can say vlog. And how infrequently I look at the camera, because it's down here, and what I'm actually looking at is up here. So I'm just going to keep doing this thing. So, 2012. I heard somewhere that it's a year for awareness and change, which both have become very important in my life. Being aware of what's going on in my life and changing, ever changing, and hopefully ever for the better. Although that's yet to be seen, and will take many years to determine. But a year for awareness and change. Many things I'm newly aware of that I'm not going to mention, and many things I've changed that I'm probably not getting into this video, although I never know where these things are going. So, the things that I'm aware of in regards to the way I interact with people on the internet, which is that, where my younger sister says she's arrogant and angry, I'm generally perceived as flirtatious and happy, which are things that, in my heart of hearts, not particularly true. I am possibly the worst person I know at controlling my emotions. I wear them like a Technicolor robe. It's a little bit hard to sometimes see past my emotions to who or what I actually am, which is a human being. Swear it. I am not so much easy with going with the flow, which is something my sister, again, says that she's rather good at. So, you know, there's that. Another thing she touches on in her vlog is that we tend to see the bad parts of ourselves in others, and this is something that I could not possibly agree with more. But the problem is you're never seeing the issues that are current in your life. What you're seeing, in my opinion, in my experience in this world, you're seeing problems you're never ready to deal with. So say, I'm not going to go with that option because that is just way too blatant and obvious. Say that you've got a friend who's hurting another friend, physically. I actually, as far as I know, don't have any of those friends right now. So, I think this is a safe path to go. But say you have a friend who's physically hurting another friend of yours. A lot of times I've seen people actually shy away from the friend who's being hurt, because in their past they've been abused, whether physically, emotionally, whatever. So instead of trying to empathize, which, for the sake of my sisters, the word of the day today is empathy. Instead of trying to empathize or sympathize with them and you know, help, they take themselves away from that situation because they don't want to feel the way that they felt when they were hurt. And people are like, well, I don't want to be around her because she's, you know, acting different or behaving, you know, she's being a bitch. You know, and they're not at the level where they're thinking, you know, she's being beat on every day, or she's, you know, in a bad place. They don't want to be a part of it because they don't want to catch the wrath of whoever's harming them. And it happens again and again in varying degrees, and it is ridiculous. If people would learn empathy, actually learn empathy, rather than just using the word emptily is not a word. This Ayla is sleepy. The world would be a million times a different place and a million times a better place. And people can say it millions of times over, and people can write songs about it. People can sing them from the tops of very high places, and people will hear only words, because in the end, words are only words. Words are just air. And air is the source of all life, and yet woefully insubstantial. On to the vagueness of internet speak. I can't even tell you how much trouble the vagueness of internet speak has gotten me into. Because, as you've said, my sister, I could say the exact same words that somebody else said and have an entirely different meaning to it. And generally, my entirely different meaning has a sexual undertone. Always, probably will, for anyone who knows me. He's a hero of mine. I'm just saying. And if you don't know who he is, Doctor Who. Just watch some Doctor Who, and you'll get it. He's not the Doctor, but if you watch it, you'll get it. On to friendship and love. Love has very little to do with anything, actually. Love is an entirely separate rant. And love is so faceted. I can love someone in a million ways and never want to speak to them. I can love someone in very few ways and want to be as close to them as humanly possible. And I can love people and hurt them. And it just happens. I mean, yeah, yeah. Love is insubstantial. It's almost as insubstantial as air, because it makes nobody any never mind, because it just happens, and then it's kind of pointless after that. So saying that, having friends and loving them, and if you don't love them, they're not your friends, that's not entirely true. I have friends who are friends of mine who I don't love, and there are people in my life who I love who are not friends of mine. So, yeah. And sometimes helping people who are in pain or hurt or acting differently, acting out in whatever way, for whatever reason, helping them by not gossiping, that's a good idea. Helping them by not talking about them, yes, in a gossipy way, helping them by not talking about them is a good idea. Helping them by sitting down and having a conversation with the people that you know love them the way that you do, and trying to figure out a way to make their life better, always a good thing. But if you don't plan on doing anything to help, don't waste the insubstantial air talking about them. So, there's response, and I guess I'll post it to you. Love you, sis. Bye.